Episode 2, I think. Yeah, episode 2 of... I still don't have a name for this, but like, life and stuff, life on the internet, day in the life on the internet. I think this is episode 2 technically, but the episode 1 hasn't been edited yet because your boy is a little bit on the less fortunate side when it comes to tech. It's been a day, and I'll fill you in a second, but the reason why I haven't gotten episode 1 out, and the reason why these two are probably going to be like hand in hand with each other, is because I'm probably going to figure out how to put those videos on the editor right around the same time. So episode 1 and 2 are probably going to be like minutes apart. So it's going to be like a mass release in a sense. So anyway, where was I? So, pardon the darkness. The day today, like I said, these things are just gonna be like updates on like how I'm doing, like the progress I'm making. So yeah, without further ado, my day has been it's been something. It wasn't fantastic, but like it wasn't bad either. Like, it wasn't as good as last week, because last week was like the first week where I was like productive the entire week, which, needless to say, when it comes to productivity, I'm terrible with it. Like, it's not even funny. But last week was when I kind of started employing the techniques that I've been learning at work and the techniques that I learned at home, to kind of just like figure out what is going on, what's happening, how can I take control of it, how can I better manage the different things that I'm doing both inside of work and outside of work. Granted, the weekend was trash, but like, hey, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, right? So today was a lackluster day, nothing too eventful. I was productive, I will say that. Problem is, it wasn't with the consistency of like last week's productivity. So the reason why I keep raving about last week is because last week I was productive like pretty much the entire morning. And when I was done being productive in the morning, I would go on lunch, and then I would come back, and instead of like just squandering the latter part of my day, I was actually semi-productive. So a couple of skills that I learned was, as the other video probably already said, is like time blocking, making sure that I'm blocking out time after I figure out what my tasks for the day are, like figuring out exactly what the tasks are and how long they should be taking, which in itself is a whole nother task. And then to make matters even weirder / worse, I don't even know, I had really nothing to go off of in the way of a template. So like I said in a lot of like the first video, the very first video, not even episode 1, is I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm winging it at this point. It's one of those things where this entire channel, this entire video series is basically just figure out things as I go and like kind of document them. So if like anybody's watching it and being like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm at work, I never get anything done, I'm at home, I never get anything done, I can't be productive for the life of me, I can be like, oh yeah, shoot, I've kind of dealt with that, I can't focus for nothing. So yeah, it's definitely, it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, some of those skills I've definitely used today, but again, not my best day. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to see how that kind of goes and plays out. As for the latter part of the day, so that was like the beginning part of the day. I was productive, but like not with consistency. The latter part of the day, today actually, I felt like I was extremely productive for like the second half of my day. Usually I do my work in the morning, big brain stuff, but then in the evening I'll probably like do more hands-on stuff where I don't got to use my brain too much. But today I was actually using my brain. I got almost all the things that I had on my agenda done. It was insane. And part of the reason why I got it done is because unlike traditional to-do lists where like you make one to-do list and you're done, you don't make another one, or you don't add anything or remove anything from that to-do list, I kind of just kept adding stuff as I went on. So if I found out like, okay, I sent an email to so-and-so responded, and they need clarification on something, write that down, send email to so-and-so with clarification, and kind of just jotted those things down as I went, which definitely in the past I have done, but I kind of slacked off on it a little bit. But I learned it works, and the reason why it was recommended to me is because it does work, so I'm not mad about it. The other thing is like the gym. I've been a lot more consistent with the gym and like kind of everything health-wise in terms of like my personal well-being, health, like what is that? Oh yeah, diet-wise, my diet has been peak efficiency and peak perfection for the last 2 days. Because any other time after that, let's not talk about it. It was a lot of moments of weakness. It was a whole week of weakness. But that aside, I am eating my meal prep. The meal prep is delicious, very healthy. I do want to get a few more greens in my system because iron. So that's something to consider within the next meal prep. I've already made this whole week's meal prep, so I'm not really going to change anything. But with that being said, I am living the best life when it comes to like going to the gym. Like today I felt terrible. Like I felt real bad about going to the gym because I don't even know what it was. It was like a head thing. I was like, oh, I almost feel sick. I don't know if I want to go. But then I told myself, I'm going regardless of like how I feel, because how I feel really is not a reflection of like how my body is. Because I understand if you go to the gym and you're super sore, you're not going to want to go to the gym again for a while. And that's what rest days are for. I'm not going to argue with that. But I was neither sore nor was I tired in the conventional physical sense. I think I was just mentally exhausted because of, dealing with people at work. Adult stuff, But then I was like, oh yeah, I'll just go. Worst case scenario, I'll just walk the entire time I'm at the gym. So I go to the gym, I hit my stretches, I get on the treadmill, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling better. And then, of course, the treadmill that I was on, thank God, it had network reception. So your boy was reading comics the entire time. And before I knew it, usually I start my workouts with like a 1 mile hybrid run/walk. So I walked the majority of today because I was like, I'm not running again. Shin splints suck. I'm not trying to feel like I got needles stuck in my shins the entire day tomorrow. So I basically walked the majority of the mile, and then after I finished walking the mile, I was like, oh, I feel so much better. And then as I kept working out, I was like, oh, I'm feeling superb. Like, I'm not feeling 100% because, of course, I was at the gym yesterday and today. So I'm not going to feel 100% regardless. But, like, I was feeling a solid 70, maybe 80%. And that's pretty good for a Tuesday, and a gloomy Tuesday for that. And the fact that I felt like I was going to die when I was going to the gym. So there was that. And then after I finished up with the gym, your boy hit the sauna. I was cooking. They let me cook, and I accidentally cooked myself. I was in there for almost 10 minutes, but then I was like, I gotta kind of ease up a little bit. I thought the sauna would be a good, substitute. And I don't know why I don't learn my lesson, because this same thing happened yesterday. I was like, I'm in the sauna, I'll be good. I'm in the sauna, I'll be all right. There's really nothing else that I got to do in the sauna. I've already started sweating. Let me go in the steam room, steam myself out. Yeah, no, somebody forgot to, put up a notice board saying, oh yeah, steam is coming out like air. Like, it's just blowing air around, and that's what they're calling steam. I was sorely disappointed. I probably could have gotten more steam from the tap water. But hey, I'm gonna complain the entire time. I'm not gonna say I'm not one to complain. I am 100% one to complain. But the whole time I'm there, I'm like, okay. Let me just, stay in the sauna a little bit longer. That was the only good thought that I had. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just stay in the sauna for like 8 minutes, and then since I'm planning on being in the sauna and steam room collectively for like 10 minutes, I'll do 8 in the sauna, 2 in the steam room. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I get ready, I go into this sauna, I get in there, sweat my ass off, and then I go into the steam room. I'm in the steam room, I'm like, okay, I swear I saw steam coming out of somewhere when I was outside. Turns out the steam was coming out of the room and going outside and not being replenished. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And as I'm in there, I'm like, I went to school. I know how physics works. Hot air rises and steam is hot. So I, like Anakin, try to get the high ground. I've never watched Star Wars, by the way, don't quote me. I try to get the high ground because I'm like, if the hot air is at the top, I'm going to stand up on the ledge, little stool thingy, and I'm just going to, steam myself from up there, because down there was not hot enough for me. So I stand up, and I have a rule that I kind of follow extremely well. I don't take off my shoes at the gym, especially not in the shower/locker room, because that's how you get athlete's foot, and I'm not trying to risk my feet smelling like aged Gouda or whatever stinky cheeses are out there the entire time for like a good solid month or couple months, because I decided I'm just gonna raw dog the floor. My piggies stay on a lifeboat, So I get in the steamer, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step on this ledge and just steam myself. And then this guy, mind you, adult locker room, I'm not sure, like, this person was extremely comfortable, like very comfortable, like there was no restriction on this man. Take it how you will. I refuse to elaborate any further than that. But he looked at me, and he's over here rubbing himself, not in a weird way, but like actually kind of scrubbing his muscles, I guess. And he's going off, and he's like, hey, don't stand there. I'm like, there's no steam down there, sir. I'm up here because the steam rises, and I explained this to him. He's like, yeah, you can be up there, but not with your slippers. I'm like, sir, you as a person are currently at the same state of being as your piggies, your little toesies. Your toesies are touching the floor, and so's the rest of you. Needless to say, I was like, whatever. I got it. I already figured out that the steam is not going to help me whatsoever. So I get up, I get out, I go take my shower, I finish up. I'm like, all right. Today has been just a weird cacophony of just weird stuff happening. And I never thought I'd get called out by an old sensei looking fellow, just very old people vibes, but like middle-aged old. So it's like you were aged not so gracefully. Looks like you were trying to do a backflip, but then landed on your ankle, and then you landed on your face at the same time. Yeah, it was weird, to say the very least. But you know, your boy is gonna be there again tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to find the exact same guy. So, you know, that was the gym. Now I'm going home. I'm not even gonna promise that I'm gonna make another part of this today. It's gonna be most likely tomorrow. So yeah, meal prep, I'm gonna go have that, probably edit the video from yesterday, figure out how I'm gonna get it on the computer, because you know that's also a fight, and then, you know, hopefully learn a little bit, because that's also the point of these videos, to acquire skills that I have never acquired before, or that I have not used in the past. So it's gonna be interesting for sure. So I guess hopefully I'll have that video out by today, but you know, it is what it is if I don't, but who knows? It is what it is. And you get to see my face at the beginning and the end of the... I am such a great person. Wow. Yeah, anyway, I will probably talk to myself / the phone again tomorrow. Fingers crossed I get to do it during the day, but just in case I don't, it is what it is. You'll just have to suffer with me in the dark. But yeah, I guess until tomorrow then.